G'day guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to break down the exact steps and strategy you can take to become a multi-millionaire by 2025. If you like the sounds of that, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Alright guys, the first step is to understand exactly where we are in the crypto cycle. So you have to understand that crypto is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, and we're seeing mass adoption by institutions, companies, and even countries right now. So why is the price going down? Well, we're going to break down exactly where we are in this cycle and the emotions that come with every single market cycle. Alright guys, so what are we looking at here? Well, I'm going to break down the Wall Street cheat sheet, which shows the market psychology of every single market style. Because you have to understand price action is driven by the emotions of fear and greed, right? And those same emotions drive every single market cycle. And I'm going to show you exactly where we are in our current cycle. So I'm going to read out the emotions that you feel during these different stages of the market cycle. So hope. A recovery is possible. Optimism. This rally is real. Belief. Time to get fully invested. Thrill. I'll buy more on margin. I gotta tell everybody about this. Euphoria. I'm a genius. We're all gonna be rich. Complacency. We just need to cool off for the next rally. Anxiety. Why am I getting margin called? This dip has taken longer than experienced. Denial. My investments with great companies, they'll come back. Panic. Shit, everyone is selling. I need to get out. Capitulation. I'm getting 100% out of the markets. I can't afford to lose anymore. Anger. Why? Who shorted the market? Why did the government allow this to happen? And depression. My retirement money is gone. How can we afford to pay for all of this new stuff? Disbelief. This is a sucker's rally. So guys, these are going to be the exact emotions that you're going to feel in every single market cycle. And if we actually compare the current Bitcoin price chart to our Wall Street cheat sheet, it's actually very similar. So as you can see, right, on Bitcoin, we had a massive rally to the upside, followed by a correction and a bounce. We had a massive move down, followed by some sideways action slightly upwards. So you can actually see, right, that the current chart for Bitcoin from 2020 is playing out almost identical to the psychology of a normal market cycle. So how can we use this information to benefit in the next cycle? Well, by understanding exactly where we are, we can invest accordingly, right? So I believe the bottom was back here in November of 2022, right? And this was where I was heavily DCAing into the market and filling up all of my bags and positions, right? But we're still early, because if we're looking at the Wall Street psychology cheat sheet, we can actually see that right now we would be either in the depression or disbelief phase, right? If I was to say, I would say that right now we're currently in the disbelief phase, entering into the hope phase, because these cycles repeat themselves, right? Now, this is still a very good time to get into the market, because all the parabolic action is yet still to come. Alright guys, I'm going to break down the current 4-year cycle and why we're still early into the markets, right? So with Bitcoin, right, every 4 years, the supply of new Bitcoin being mined gets cut in half, which causes a supply shock. And this is why the price skyrockets every 4 years, and we see an absolutely massive bull market. And this chart here illustrates that perfectly, right? So these pink lines here actually indicate the bottom of all of our market cycles. So this chart shows the entire history of Bitcoin back from 2011. So we can actually analyze exactly what has happened in the market cycles. So as you can see, if we actually measure this out, from both of the bottoms of the 2013 cycle and the 2017 cycle, it's actually 1 year roughly. And from the bottom of the 2017 cycle to the bottom of our last cycle, it's roughly 1 year as well. Now, these yellow lines here, these represent our Bitcoin halving events. So as you can actually see on the chart, every time we have a Bitcoin halving and the supply of new Bitcoin being mined gets cut in half, we actually see a massive run up in price. So back in 2012, we had the halving, massive run up in price, followed by a crash. 2017, we saw a massive run up in price, followed by a crash. 2020, we saw a massive run up in price, followed by a crash. Now, our next halving is in April of 2024. So we have roughly 9 months to accumulate and fill our bags before the halving event. You can think of this yellow line as like a finish line, right? Once price gets to this level, this is when we're going to see a massive run up in price. And you don't want to be buying on this move up. You want to have already filled your bags up in this area, because the same cycles have been repeating themselves every 4 years since the creation of Bitcoin, and it's built into the tokenomics, right? And we can expect the same thing replay itself again. So we literally see a massive run up in price for a year, followed by a correction of 80 to 90% before we get some sideways action to the side, and then a massive run up again in our halving. So this brings us to step 2, guys. So figuring out which cryptos you want to buy. Now there's thousands of different cryptocurrencies. So we want to figure out which ones are going to get us the best returns. Now, the way I like to do this is I like to pick cryptocurrencies that have real world utility and are solving real world problems. And I also want to make sure that the cryptos I'm investing in have good tokenomics, right? So you don't want to be investing in cryptos that are minting millions of new tokens every month, right? This is why Bitcoin is good, because there's a fixed supply of 21 million, with the supply of new Bitcoin being mined getting halved every 4 years. But even better, coins like Ethereum are actually deflationary right now with its upgrade ERP 1559. It's actually burning more of the supply than new coins are being mined into existence. So that's why I like cryptos with good tokenomics, especially cryptos like Shiba Inu, Terra Classic, right? They're burning millions and millions of tokens every single month. And if you reduce the supply, the price only has one way to go, and that's up. Now, what you want to do is you want to diversify your crypto portfolio, and you want to pick cryptos from different sectors and different narratives, right? You don't just only want to invest in layer 2 cryptos or ISO 20022 cryptocurrencies. You want to diversify so you have cryptos from each of these different sectors, so that when one of those sectors or narratives explode, you can actually take profit and reinvest it into cryptos that haven't yet taken off. And that's how you can really multiply your gains. Now, when investing in cryptos as well, you want to understand how the market cap works. All right, so if we go to CoinMarketCap for a second, we can actually see the market cap of all the different cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin, for example, has a market cap of 593 billion. So essentially, that's how much money needs to be injected into Bitcoin for it to double in price, right? So for Bitcoin to go to 60,000 from here, we need to see another 500 billion injected into Bitcoin. Now, in my opinion, Bitcoin is still extremely undervalued, right? In the next cycle, I'm actually predicting Bitcoin to reach somewhere between $100,000 and $150,000. Now, it's about a 5x or so from its current price, which is insane returns compared to the stock market. However, we don't want a 5x. That doesn't get me excited. We want to become crypto millionaires. So we're going to have to invest in something else besides Bitcoin. Now, Ethereum currently priced at $2,000. I'm probably projecting in the next bull cycle for it to hit around $20,000. So that'll be about a 10x return on your investment. Now, having a bit of Ethereum is good, But it depends how much money you have to work with. If you only have a very small amount, I'm probably not going to be buying Bitcoin or Ethereum. Like myself personally, I own around 4.5 Ethereum, but I'm mainly accumulating small altcoins at the moment. And most of the altcoins I'm actually buying outside the top 100 for market cap, because that's where you're going to get the most gains. Now, coins like Cardano, for example, so I think it's like number 7 or 8 for market cap. So if we actually go to the all-time chart, it was actually worth $3 at one stage, right? And it's currently worth 30 cents, right? So it's dropped about 90% in value. So if it goes back up to just where it was in a few years ago in 2021, that's a 10x. But I'm predicting in the next bull run for us to actually smash through that target. And I'm actually projecting between an $8 and $12 Cardano. So if it hits $8 in the next cycle, that's actually a 40x return on your money. And if it hits $12, that's actually 60 times your money back. And those are the type of returns you can actually expect to make in crypto. So let's go back for a sec. But the further you go down this list, right, the lower the market cap are and the more potential you have for massive gains, right? So if from a coin that's number 7 for market cap, which has a market cap of 200 million? Yeah, 200 million at the moment, and we could see a potential 40 to 60x. Imagine the type of returns you can get when you start investing in like these smaller coins, even coins outside of the top 50 or 100. You could be looking at 100x returns on some of these cryptos, and even 10,000x returns on some of these really small cap coins. So the money that you could make is absolutely insane. Crypto has the potential to literally change your life. That's why I'm so bullish on these markets. Step 3 is dollar cost averaging in the good projects. So you want to understand that we're still extremely early in these markets, and you want to be buying when everything's still really cheap and when people are fearful, because when everyone else is buying and the prices have skyrocketed, it's too late. We've got 9 months till the next Bitcoin halving, so we have 9 months to accumulate as much as we can. So what you should be doing is you should be investing and dollar cost averaging 30% of your wage every single week into these good projects that you like. So you want to, this might mean that you have to sacrifice a little bit, and it might mean not going to town and spending a heap of money on drinks, or delaying getting that new car, or waiting a little bit before you get that tattoo, because we've literally got a once in a lifetime opportunity, and we need to take advantage of it while the prices are cheap. All right, guys, step 4 is increasing your cash flow and reinvesting those profits into crypto. So this means having multiple sources of income, right? If your only source of income is your 9-to-5 job, majority of that income is going to go to paying bills, right? You might only be able to invest 20 to 30% of your wage every week, which if you don't have any crypto at the moment, it's not enough to change your life, right? We want to make life-changing gains from this cycle, and this is why we need to increase our income now so we can invest that while prices are cheap. So this might mean starting a side hustle on the weekends, earning a bit of extra money, trying to figure out ways of earning passive income. And you have to realize that we literally have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I truly believe that this next bull run is going to be one of the most explosive cycles that we've seen, where we see mass adoption of cryptocurrency and massive utility being implemented. And we have one chance to get this right, and I'm not going to leave it to chance. All right, guys, step 5. So we want to have a profit-taking strategy in place. We don't want to be caught with our pants down. So this means figuring out exactly what we're going to do when it comes to that next cycle. Because you have to understand Bitcoin can retrace up to 70 to 90% from its all-time highs. And that's all of your gains potentially gone. So you don't want to be greedy. You want to make sure that you're taking profits early and just securing that bag. So what we want to do is we want to know the exact price points that we plan on getting out. So you never want to sell your whole position all at once. You want to dollar cost average out of the market the same way you dollar cost average into the market, right? So you want to dollar cost out of your positions the same way you dollar cost in. And one of the best ways to figure out what price points to get out at is using technical analysis. And this is why learning how to trade the markets is so important and can help so much with your investing. All right, step 6, guys, is having conviction and knowing why you're doing this. So you have conviction by doing the research. I've been in crypto for about 2.5 years now, learning and studying it obsessively. And I'm so confident because I've done the research. Because I put those hours in, I know how massive crypto and Bitcoin is going to be in the future. And you got to figure out exactly why you're doing this, right? So I'm doing this because I want financial freedom. I don't want to work 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. And I'm willing to risk everything and take that chance to change my life forever. So you can't let fear stop you from this opportunity. I truly believe that the next Bitcoin cycle is going to be one of the biggest cycles that we've ever seen. I truly believe we're going to see mass adoption of cryptocurrency in the next cycle. And you got to ask yourself, guys, what's the alternative? Like, we've literally been seeing inflation out of control. In the US, I think like 5 months ago, inflation was 9.1%. That was for reported numbers, but true inflation is actually around double that, right? So if true inflation is actually closer to 20%, your money is losing 20% of its purchasing power a year. Think about that. That's why everyone's feeling the pinch right now, and it's not going to get better. Even though inflation has dropped a tiny bit, as soon as the government starts printing more money, which they will, inflation is just going to go up again, and we're just going to see hyperinflation. But how you get out of it is by investing in scarce assets like cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin that has a limited supply of 21 million coins, gold, silver, precious metals, right? Assets that are scarce in value go up when you print more dollars. And guys, those are pretty much the steps I'm going to take to become a multi-millionaire in crypto by 2025. So if you like that video, make sure to like and subscribe. And also, guys, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching sessions to learn how to trade markets and invest, message me on Instagram. All the details will be in the link below. But besides that, I'll see you guys next time.